Yeah, man. So you haven't checked it out at all?
I haven't.
It's all good, dude. Now you will, because you're on it.
I know.
So what's going on, man? How you been?
Good.
Yeah, what you been up to?
Just working, same old, same old.
Yeah? Yeah.
Okay. It's just the same old thing every day. It's just waking up early and getting to the office and getting stuff done.
Come on, man. Don't make it sound so sexy. Come on, baby.
Yeah, it's fun. I love what I do, so it's something different every day.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are Keller Williams now? Is that right?
Keller Williams, Laredo. We opened our office in February of this year.
Uh-huh.
So we've been recruiting new agents, and it's been a transition over from where we were before at Laredo Real Estate, but it's good, and it's been we've already gotten over those bumps as far as the startup, but now that we're using the systems and integrating everything that Keller Williams has to offer, it's really starting to take off for my business.
It's a lot, right?
It's so much stuff.
They provide a ton of support.
It's a little bit overwhelming with so much stuff, but you just got to kind of like pinpoint what you want to do and just get good at that one thing, right?
Right. Well, I mean, we experience that here. You know what I mean? Like when people join our company, I have to warn them. It's like you're going to drink from a fire hydrant for like the first 90 days. Trying to take everything in, and it's just going to be so much. Just take a breath and grab on, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Big B Mortgage Podcast. This is Big B, and today I am in beautiful Laredo, Texas, with my friend Rolly from Keller Williams. Rolly, introduce yourself, baby. Tell the people who you are.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rolando Gonzalez. I am a 3-year agent with, now Keller Williams. I've been in the business for 3 years, and it's something that I absolutely love to do. People ask me, I've always been in sales. So not because I've been in sales all this time is why I consider, my success or why I'm good at it. It's mainly because I love to do it now.
Right.
I've always been into selling one thing or another ever since I was a kid, but not till I got into real estate is where I found my passion.
Is that where you found the passion?
Yeah. So, it's something I love to do, and that's why I think it makes it, easy for me. A lot of people say, man, I could do what you do, it's easy. You make it look easy, but in reality, it's not an easy gig. It just comes easy because I love what I do.
Right. You got the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's that's part of what I like to do. So I want you to take me back a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So tell me about the first sales job.
First sales job.
Because those are always the ones like you're dying to get or you fall into and like you just kind of get the taste.
Okay. So like the first thing I started selling or the first sales job?
Yeah.
So because I could remember selling the shirt off my back in 8th grade.
Oh, dude, there you go.
I remember selling it for about $35. It was.
Oh wait, you actually did that?
I did that. I sold it, man. I remember I bought it at a discount outlet store, and the guy said, "Hey, how much you want for that shirt?" I told him, "Hey, give me $35," and I sold it.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the first, dude.
That's a true story, man. Mando Monsivice was his name, and it was during
he's dropping names.
Yeah, during gym class. I remember it was. I remember.
Must have been an awesome shirt, dude.
Yeah, it was cool. So. But yeah, I was able to get 2 more.
Nice.
So
dude.
After that, first sales job. Well, after that, my first real job was when I was in 9th grade. I started in the cell phone business. So it was a friend of the family had opened up a cell phone business, and I started selling that. And a lot of people won't remember the company, but it was Sol Communications back then.
Mm-hmm.
Sol turned into VoiceStream turned into T-Mobile now. So I started in 9th grade selling that. The prepaid phones was the thing back then.
Right.
So I started selling that, and I did it for maybe about 8 months or so. I was young, so I was like, hey, you know what? I don't want to work a lot, so I was in school, so I dedicated my time to that with being in sports and all that kind of stuff. But after that, I was in my junior year where I started working for another cell phone company, which was a small mom and pop shop, which had different retailers that we would sell. And there's where I got a lot of my sales experience. And then from there, I went to working for for T-Mobile. I work for the actual company, and then I work for AT&T, which was my last sales job for 6 months. So overall, I have maybe about 15 years of wireless sales experience under my belt.
Wow.
So it was something I had done for a really long time, and I got to a point where I was like, man, I'm no longer happy being here at work.
Right.
I was always in the sales, and once I remember it was during like a big iPhone launch, right? And it was those days where everyone's getting all pumped and this and that, and I see everyone around me pumped, and I'm like, man, I'm not so pumped, like
right.
It's not something that excites me. And I remember my wife walking in, and I was actually talking to a customer, and then she was actually looking at me from a distance. And after they left, my wife saw like, wow, like you could tell you didn't want to help them out, or you didn't want to be here, talking to them. And that's actually what triggered, I have to get out of this industry.
Right.
And that's when I started looking into the real estate,
Wow.
So yeah.
Dude. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nice. So what was it about real estate that drew you?
At first, it was I guess like everyone, the big commissions, right?
Right.
that was
the
my
money's
first,
just gonna fall out the sky.
That was my first thought, But I quickly realized that it's not easy to get business. So I was doing it part time while working at AT&T. I got my license in March of 2015, and I was doing it part time, right? And I noticed that even my closest friends didn't want to do business with me.
Really?
Why? Because I think they figured, hey, you know what, this guy's inexperienced. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's just doing it as a part-time gig. Yeah. In other words, he's not taking it serious, right? Right. So I told myself it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, and with the support of my family, me and my wife decided, hey, I'm gonna completely quit AT&T. I'm gonna quit for I gave my 2-week notice, and I said I'm gonna dedicate 110% to real estate, and I did it. So good thing I was able to save up some money to kind of help me in the transition. But that was how I was able to do it. If it wasn't for that little cushion I had, I don't think I would have been able to do it. But I quit. October 15th was my last day. I started full time in real estate, and I was able to start prospecting for clients and all that stuff. And I remember my first closing being in January 2nd, I think, was my first closing, going full time, right? Because I had closed about 4 deals prior to that. And after that, it just, we started marketing and getting into the whole like Facebook marketing. Back then, it wasn't as popular, so I was able to ride that curve or get onto that curve pretty quick.
You got in early.
I got in early, so that's when the deals started, coming in, and then February, March, April, a couple of deals started coming in, and the ball just kept rolling after that.
Nice, yeah. Dude.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to that, because obviously it takes a lot to just say, okay, I'm done. Like, yeah. I'm done. I'm going left. I'm gonna stop, pivot, and go all the way right now. How freaking many sleepless nights did you have to endure?
I got to a point, Bobby, that my expenses were more than what I was getting paid at AT&T. Every month I would get paid every 2 weeks. So at the point where my check was coming in, I had my bills written down, and I had maybe $100 in my name, man, for 2 weeks. $100 to my name. I had to pay my mortgage, my cars, groceries. Granted, I had 2 kids already. My son was maybe 6 months at the most. So
so you were like knee deep in the diapers.
Yeah, so it's expensive at that time. So I was drowning, man. I was literally drowning because my checks were no longer able to support my lifestyle, and I wasn't living anything lavish. It was just a normal lifestyle, paying my mortgage, my
right.
We had 1 car payment, back then, and we had $100 to our name. And at that point, my wife was doing hair, and she was helping me as far as having to help me with income. And I would tell her, hey, I really need your help.
Yeah.
If you could take on an extra client, just because, it's not easy right now. We need to basically put food on the
So
table.
the struggle was real.
It was very real. Yeah.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you what, man, I don't know about you, but I know, like, I always hold on to that. Not from the stance of the negative part, like, right? Because, I mean, let's face it, like, when you're going through that, dude, it's like, you don't know how you're ever going to get out of it, right? Like, you're just like, it's like you're drowning, they say, right? But now that things are dramatically different, and it's kind of like that's in the rearview mirror, I kind of like hold that as kind of like a training ground of never, ever getting lazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's a constant, like, not going back to that. It's just, that has, like, for me, that's just a constant source of motivation.
Yeah.
But, it's different for everybody, man. So what drives you? I mean, is it the look back? Is it just how big the future is? I mean, do you even look back?
I tend to not look back because I always like to look forward into the future and see what's ahead, right?
Right.
But sometimes you think about where you came from and what you had to do to get here, right? And it's just what drives me is basically just wanting to be the best that I can be to give my family a better life and just be a better agent for my customers. I could honestly say I love helping families, right? I just, before we got here, I got off the phone with this customer. He just called me 15 minutes ago, and then I talked to him. I talked to him right now. I'm like, hey, you know what? Just let's get together, man. Let's talk about it and see what we could do to actually help you. When I talked to him, I heard in his voice that he needed my help.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I really want to help this guy out. So that's what drives me every day. That's what gets me into the office, wanting to help families get into the houses, being able to support my family, and basically not have to struggle on a daily basis or how I used to struggle. Right.
Right.
It's just something that you don't want to add to your plate. Worrying about how the bills are going to get paid or just
that's never fun.
Yeah. So.
Or we can't take that vacation.
Exactly.
Or we can't go to, wherever see that movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And dude, isn't it crazy how much more expensive movies are today than it was when we were kids?
Dude,
it's
funny. It's funny because my daughter, her movies are her thing, right?
Right.
It could be like the worst movie out or the worst reviews, but she wants to go to the movies because she wants to sit down with her popcorn, with her icy, and her candy.
Right.
That's her thing, man. It could be the worst movie ever. We've actually seen pretty bad movies the past couple of times we've been there, but that's what she likes to do, and we do it because she likes it. So
yeah. Well, see, and up there, man, my kids have gotten spoiled on the Draft House because we've got one really close to our house. Mm-hmm. And so that's like, forget going to Cinemark like back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't get by with that one no more. I think the last time I got to go to one was for Star Wars. And my kids actually told me on the way out, like, hey, we're going back to the other place next time, right? And like, oh, dude.
The Alamo.
Dude, but, every time I walk in there, it's like, okay, here's a C note.
Yeah.
Like, you got the tickets, you got the food, the waiter, the tip.
Yeah,
it adds up, bro.
Real expensive, real quick.
So you got to keep hustling them houses.
Yep.
So tell me about the market in Laredo, man. I mean, obviously, I have kind of like the mortgage lender perspective of what's going on down here. Mm-hmm. But your boots on the ground. You're out there walking these houses and doing these open houses. What are you seeing going on down here?
The market is great as far as in Laredo. It's a seller's market, right now. So there's a good house won't last on the market very long. Mm-hmm. Especially in North Laredo, anything from, let's say, Del Mar North,
right.
Won't last very long. I actually signed a listing agreement on Thursday. The customer went out of town on Friday. I took pictures Monday. I have not gotten a chance to put it on the MLS because I had to power wash the house, so to get the pictures nice.
Right.
And an agent called me. He's like, hey, my customer drove by the house. He saw your sign. Can we see your house? I was like, yeah, go ahead. We set up the appointment today at 12, and he calls me, a while ago. He's like, hey, we're going to put in an offer on that house because, it's a good price. It's what they're looking for. So, the house hasn't even gotten to the MLS yet, And
did you have to power wash it?
Yeah. You know what? And I power washed it myself.
What?
Yeah, it's I got up this morning and I said, you know what? I'm gonna go buy a power washer because I had to quote someone.
You just wanted a new toy. Don't even start.
It's cool, man. I get to Home Depot this morning and I literally walk in. I'm like, hey, can someone help me with the power washers? And the guy's like, sure, I'll be there in a minute. Because I had no idea what I was looking for.
Right.
I didn't know how to turn on this thing. I didn't know what kind of gas, oil, nothing. So the guy had to literally give me a crash dummy course on power washing, man.
And he sold you the most expensive one.
Hey, it's an investment for the business because now, hey, it is. I'm telling customers.
Famous last words.
Hey,
bro.
we're gonna get, we'll power wash your driveway, your house. It's brick, and we gotta make it look as presentable as possible.
Sure.
Get as much money possible for the seller. So I got it power washed this morning. Some guy gave me a quote yesterday. He's like, it's probably gonna be $150. I'm like, man, for $150, I'll just go buy one,
right?
And offer that service to my customers. It's
right.
It's
How old's your son now?
My son is 4 years old.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if he was like 12, you could teach him to power wash. Yeah. Charge $50, give him 10.
Right.
Voila! Now you got a new budding business.
Yeah. So. Well, it has a 3-year warranty, so hopefully by then he's able to.
He's able to hold the handle.
Yeah, at least able to hold it before it starts messing up on you.
Dude, I totally get it though because those things are so much fun. Also,
they are.
I mean, it's that's the thing. Like I know when I was a kid to play with the water hose was awesome, right? And like I see my kids now when whenever we do wash our own vehicles, it's like they'll be there like using the water hose, right? But you get that power washer, and it's just so much.
It's power, yeah.
Macho built into that thing, right? So my neighbor has one of those, and his is probably one of like the, I don't know, $800,000 units. Like it's like it's massive, right?
Yeah.
And he had the multiple tips. Mm-hmm. So like when he loaned it to me, he was like, okay, this is the tip for the house and the driveway and the concrete. Do not use it on paint. Don't get it near paint. Don't shoot the paint. Don't shoot the door. Don't shoot the car. You're going to strip the paint.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. No problem. Sure, right? So I'm out there and I'm doing my thing and, I'm power washing it. Dude, you're right. It makes a huge difference, especially on, like, the older houses where the driveway looks black, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm power washing it, man, and I'm like, dude, come on. I'm going to check this out. And so I go to the garage door and just a little bit, and sure enough, man, that paint comes right off. And I'm like, oh. Okay, he was right.
Yeah.
Instead of just taking his advice for it. Yeah, those things are a lot of fun.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I can't wait to get home later today and power wash. I'm gonna power wash my driveway. Actually, I am. So I'm looking forward to that.
Does yours have the multiple tips?
Yeah. Well, you turn it to where the level of pressure you want.
Okay. So like you can wash your car with it if it's at a certain.
It's like 0 and 25, 40, and then like.
So the other thing I've been looking into are those. Like I see the things on social media where they hook up the foam thing to the car wash foam to like the power washer.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And they wash the car without like really rubbing it. Mm-hmm. I'm dying to try that.
Yeah, I've seen that. I need to look into that. Looks cool.
Like they just wash a car in like 30 seconds.
Yeah. I actually signed up for a monthly car wash plan, so that's I'm trying that out. It's $30 a month, man. Unlimited car washes. Why not?
Oh, is it one of those you can go once a day every day?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It leaves it pretty clean. So.
Yeah, no, it ain't bad. You still gotta vacuum it yourself, though.
Yeah.
Right? See, that's the part I hate.
But I'm the only one that drives my car, so it's just basically vacuuming the driver's seat. So. It's pretty cool.
I have too many people in my car.
Yeah.
But you still rolling. You still liking that German engineering?
Yeah, but I actually we no longer drive the same car, man. I traded that puppy in.
What did you do?
It was around Christmas time, and it's you get that itch to get something new. You're like, man, no one's getting me anything for Christmas. I work hard.
You bought a Bentley.
No, it's still German, but it's a different company. So
we'll talk about it off.
Yeah,
Might have to see this.
Yeah.
So tell me about a day in the life. Let's talk about a day in the life. I mean, obviously, real estate agents, you guys have to create the opportunity. Truly, like all salespeople have to create opportunity, but you guys are literally, in my opinion, pulling stuff out of air.
Yeah, I tell people like I have to create something out of nothing every day. Yeah. This is literally what I tell people. I get to the office, usually wake up around like 6:45. I take my daughter to school. Sometimes, I try to go to the gym with my wife. If not, at least get a little walk in the morning.
Keyword try.
Yeah, try. Hence, I've gone once in the past 3 weeks.
That's right. I try too, and it's been once in 6 months.
Yeah. So from there, usually get ready, grab my cup of Joe and drive to the office. Take my son to school, and then I'll drive to the office. I get to the office probably around 9 a.m. And then from there, I usually start making calls, see what I needed. Well, before making calls, I write down a list of everything I need to get to in that day. So I write down a list and scratch everything off as soon as I get it done. And then I start basically lead generating. Okay. Lead generating is calling up, your past customers, people that have, messaged me on Facebook or have, text me about a property and this and that. So we're always trying to lead generate and create, something out of nothing. Instead of having to pay for leads, Keller Williams teaches you to lead generate so you could basically, create a database that feeds your business, right?
Right.
So, I don't think you have to be paying leads on Zillow and Trulia and all that kind of Realtor.com.
Wait. I mean, there's real estate agents who don't believe in Trulia and Zillow.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. I tried it. I'm not gonna lie. I did try it once.
I think everybody's tried it once.
This was when I first started the game. I did try it, and I might have gotten 1 or 2 leads, and I did close them. And actually, that guy, he turned into a friend of mine. He's always sending me business now, so it's cool. He actually sent me a customer yesterday. Actually, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Usually I don't hear those types of success stories, but that's good. I'm glad it worked.
Yeah. So
usually it's like, well, I'm on my 5th month, and
I stopped after like 6 months, and I like using the social media, and a lot of past clients, referring me their friends and family and stuff like that. So
well, and I noticed you. I mean, obviously, and you mentioned it earlier in the talk. Social media, social media. I mean, that's like such a. I don't want to say trigger word, but it's become such a independent foundation, if you will, of business building for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And for you to be able to get into it early, I mean, I see your videos, dude. I think it's hilarious. I love it. Like, and I think it's hilarious and with love. I think it's good stuff, man. Yeah. When I see you rocking out to Pharrell, like, I'm just like, dude, okay, like somebody's having a good day.
Yeah.
But what kind of, are you doing that stuff every day? Because obviously it's not popping up in my feed. But like, are you doing something on social every day? Are you creating a video, or what are you doing? Like, give me a couple of nuggets.
Okay. So when it comes to Facebook, we don't like to, bombard as far as our people who like our page, with tons of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But we do a weekly video. We usually try to get across if we're trying to promote something, if there's an open house, if we're doing a first-time homebuyer seminar,
right,
or if we're doing a giveaway, or if it's a certain profession month and stuff like that. So we usually do a video once a week, which is on Tuesdays, and we try to promote something or at least get out to the public. Yesterday's video was basically, I usually do them in my office, but yesterday I did it in my car. I had left the closing and was like, hey, I was telling people about the homebuyer seminar that we're going to have on the 19th, and just basically letting them know, hey, we're in the 5th month of the year, so time is going by. If you've been thinking about it, those months are going to pass by, so give us a call so we could help you out. So that was yesterday's video. Last week's video was we gave away a free lunch to an occupational therapist or OTA, the assistants, because it's OTA month.
Right.
Well, it was last month, so we're like, hey, you know what? Let's just give a free lunch. So I said, hey, you know what? Tag your favorite OT person or OTA, and we'll raffle out a free lunch. Stuff like that we do. The week before that, I think we did the 5-minute challenge. We said, hey, you know what? Give us 5 minutes of your time and see if we can help you out. If you're having a hard time looking for a house or buying a house or with the lender, call me and give me 5 minutes of your time. And we'll, if we can help you out, great. If we can't, hey, at least we tried, right?
Right.
So it's always we're always trying to do something different as far as videos.
So you're still, I don't want to say you're still finding your groove, but you're even though you've been doing it for a while, you're still trying new things,
different things, because I think we always have to be evolving as far as with the times and stuff like that. So we do a lot of giveaways as far as trying to not so people can see that we're not just out there to get their business. As far as, hey, you know what, just let us know if we could help you buy or sell a house. We give away tickets to like concerts and Disney on Ice and all this kind of stuff. I know we're gonna do something for Mother's Day, and I think we're gonna do like a spa package or something like that for a mom.
Dude.
Yeah, something like that. That's we're giving back, man. Just because that's what we like to do, give back to the community, and that's another reason why we had signed up for. Well, this is a different topic, but Homes for Heroes, because we like giving back, man. As far as the community, so we've been very blessed as far as to have the amount of business we have. So we feel that we should be able to bless people back, or at least give back, to the community as much as possible. Right, so we're. I know Teacher Appreciation is next week, so we're trying to do something like that. So our video is probably going to be of something like that next week. So we're always trying to give back and just help out the community, so stuff like that. And then we're looking into getting our Instagram, going.
That was going to be my next thing.
Yeah, we're trying to build it up because my wife says, hey, no one really promotes it as far as in town. Instagram, Snapchat, we're trying to build up our client base or our likes and followers on that as well.
But isn't Snap kind of like weird? I mean, not weird. I shouldn't say weird, but isn't that like more of a difficult platform to try to build business on? I mean, I don't know a lot about it. Yeah. I know like for example, we're huge on Facebook, we're huge on LinkedIn, and now we're getting huge on Instagram. Yeah. Like as far as our company goes. Mm-hmm. I personally am not huge on Instagram. I can't even figure out how to do the stories.
Yeah, I don't know how to use it, to be honest with you. I hardly know how to use Snapchat. It's my wife, the one that does all that. She's the one that takes care of the marketing.
So she's your social media expert.
She's the one that does all the posts and the pictures and this and that. And I'm glad that she does, because I'm not very creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm glad she takes care of that. But she really helps me out with all that.
That's good, man. Mm-hmm. Is she like pursuing realtor, or is she still doing hair?
She's not doing hair anymore. She helps me out now. Okay. So she tries to do all my marketing work, as far as working on flyers. I know this morning she was working on postcards, getting them sent out to like apartments, right? Stuff like that. Just always trying to get my name out there. I know she always passes out flyers to like businesses. Since we have a free moving truck, we like to leave in my businesses so people can see.
That's right, dude. I forgot about the moving truck.
The moving truck, yeah, we have that as well. So
So tell people about this.
So I have this moving truck that I bought last year. I figured I had seen like an ad on Facebook or something like that someone had it, and I thought this was such a cool idea. So I set my mind to it. I'm like, hey, you know what? This year I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna wrap the truck. So it's wrapped with like my face on it, and so it's a moving billboard. And I lend it out to my customers so they could move their house, so whenever they buy or sell. I'll be honest with you, the past 2 weeks it's been out a lot. It's been moving. So it's another service that I could add to give back to my customers. Right. It's just
and now you have a power washer, so
I have a power washer.
So you can keep the truck clean.
Yeah, I got cleaning services. I got everything.
Dude, you're building an empire, bro.
A one-stop shop for real estate. So
what's gonna be funny is one day I'm gonna drive by your house. You're gonna have the cleanest driveway, the cleanest moving truck, and the cleanest brick of anybody in your neighborhood. Right. It's gonna be awesome. Yep. Dude, start landscaping and we're set. Right. You'll be the total package.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Oh no! Here we go. Here we go.
I got all the handymans and painters and everything now, man.
You got painters?
Yeah, I got people to paint, people for electricians, people to put tile, everyone, man. Just because you have to know people in this business, because they're gonna ask you, hey, can you recommend me someone to paint my house and this and that? So you gotta know all these people that do all this. So
nice.
Yeah, within the time I've been in business, I've been able to know a lot of people that could do like the handiwork or painting and all this kind of stuff.
So what's your goal for this year? I mean, we're almost getting to the halfway point. Like, what do you want to do? Are you trying to double last year? You don't have to give me any more specifics than you want to, but
as far as my goal was to start implementing the Keller Williams systems and get good at it, so I want to become as professional as possible. And what I mean by that is want to start showing up to like a listing presentation with my listing packet, as far as, hey, you know what, this is what you could expect whenever you list with us, or same thing when they buy. This is our buyer's package. This is what you could expect. These are all, we create these packages so they could, so people could know what to expect, to read up on it. And we want to basically get the word out and be as professional as possible and implement the system so we could grow. My goal is really to grow my team as well. Right now it's me, my wife, and my assistant. That's a 3-person team. But I really want to bring on like a showing agent and a buyer's agent towards my team so we could do more numbers.
You want to start building that success team.
Yeah, I want to build that, and I want to help them grow as well. I want to help my team. I don't want employees. I want team members. I want to be part of my team.
I tell you what, man. There's a girl down in McAllen who we do business with, and I don't know if you've come across her yet. Her name's Deldy Otregon. Have you heard that name? Mm-mm. Okay, I'm gonna share her info with you off the cast. Okay. Because she's done exactly what you're starting to go into, and she did it in the McAllen market. She's got the buyer's agent. She's got the marketing people. She's got the listing person, the specialist. She's got the office admin. She would be one that I would be willing to introduce you to. Cool. I think she would be a good resource.
Nice.
So yeah, but I mean, honestly, dude, you're at a spot, and there's a lot of great companies out there. I'm not discounting anybody else's model, but I've always had a lot of respect. Maybe it's because Keller Williams is in Austin. I don't know, but but they've always been a company that they just pour a lot of support into you guys. Yeah. So I think it's cool that you guys, because I remember you telling me dude, we're going for it. We're gonna go for KW. And then, now that you've got it, I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
to
I'm
bring
excited.
it to Laredo.
Yeah, so our goal, again, to implement the systems of Keller Williams, grow our team and try to be the best, for our customers, we're not trying to be the best realtor in Laredo or this and our best team. We just want to try to help as much people as possible,
Right.
Try to, if we could increase our numbers by doing so, hey, even that would be great. But we want to be the best out there and help our customers as much as possible.
Well, see, but that's the thing. You hit it on the head. If you do the job right, the money's gonna show up.
Business will come.
Yeah.
People refer you, and hey, my cousin or this and that. It's automatically gonna come. You're right.
It's when you get away from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When it just becomes about the money, or it just becomes about the check.
Yeah. No. Ooh. Yeah. No. That's why. I tell my customers, man, this is what I love to do. Yeah. I tell them off the bat, hey, if give me a shot, man. If we can't help you out, by all means, we'll shake hands and be on our way. But most of the times, I'm able to help these people out, and I guess they get that feeling from me, knowing that, hey, you know what, this guy's wanting to help me out. He's not like other agents is just in it for the commission check.
Right.
He won't call me back afterwards and stuff like that. Yesterday I was showing a house, mid Laredo, and I sold the house across the street. Right, and I called the customer and I was like, hey, and he didn't answer. I just wanted to just call him and see how he's doing, man. I wanted to just talk for a little bit, and he ended up calling me back. He was like, yeah, man, everything's going great. Thank you for calling me, and this is what I'm doing in my life right now. And I told him, hey, man, that's awesome. And I had called you because I was across the street. I just wanted to stop by and say hi, dude. And he's like, nah, man, I appreciate it. And he was telling me what he was doing as far as with work, and he's like, yeah, man, if I know the next person I know, I'm gonna send him to you stuff. And I didn't even call him for business, man. I didn't call him to ask him, hey, do you know of someone that wants to buy?
Right, can you give me 3 names?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't ask him for business. I just basically called him to see how he was doing,
Yeah.
And that's another thing. We don't like to just ask for business. We'll be like, hey, we try to have people just refer us just based on our work ethic, Mm-hmm. And it's been working so far, so we're continuing to do that for people,
Dude, that's awesome, man. Well, I love to see what you guys are doing, and I definitely appreciate every opportunity we get to serve your clients. So,
yeah,
thank you for those. All right, so we're at the end.
Cool.
All right, you're in the home stretch, bro.
Nice.
You can start to breathe now.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So, do not give me your cell phone number.
Okay.
But if somebody
956.
No. Dude, actually, I tell you what, I kid you not, I did a podcast last week, and I told the guy that, don't give me your cell phone number. It was like, absolutely, and he rattles his cell phone number right off. Like, I guess he misheard me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he just whips it right out there.
Kind of what I did, except I was just kidding her. No.
So, on that, though, people want to find you, right? Like, if one of my 4 listeners or like, decides that they want to reach out, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Through my cell phone is probably the best way, or Facebook,
or
right?
Facebook,
or text message. You know, they could always message me.
Do you have a website?
I do have a website, right? It's right now under the. We're making the transition from where our platform was to KW, so it's going to be down for maybe the next couple of days. But my website is RolandoSalesLaredo.com. Right, and but you know, they could register on my website. You know, message me on Facebook, text us, email us, whatever. I always tell people, whatever you got to do to get a hold of us, we'll find a way to get back to you.
There you go.
We'll get back to you. So
send me a pigeon.
Yeah, something.
Give me some smoke signals.
Smoke signals, yeah.
Nice, dude. Well,
Yes,
bro, thank you for taking time to sit in the chair today, man.
No, thanks for having me, man. It was a cool experience, man. I've never done this before, so it's something. It's cool.
It's different, right?
It's different, yeah.
100% audio. You don't have a camera staring you in the face, like to where you got to try and look all pretty and stuff.
Yeah. Can I take my hands off my eyes now, or?
Yeah, dude. Totally. Yeah, pull them out of here.
No one saw me. No.
Dude, both times that you were picking your nose, nobody caught that.
Right.
Just kidding, man. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give us a like, give us a share. But whatever you do, stay social, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.